All right, today I wanted to talk about how you can't always think your way out of things, even if you think you can. It's a trap we all fall into sometimes. It's this loop in our brains where we think that we can just think about things all day, every day, and find all the solutions and find all the perfect ways to do something, and then we actually just end up not doing anything at all. You can't figure out everything in your head with only action. You have to move sometimes. You got to actually do things to get to where you want to go. And a big reason we do this is because overthinking makes you feel productive. It makes you feel like you're doing something even though you're not. It creates this comfort zone in your brain, this safe space where you can stay in and just think all day, every day, and not actually do anything. And you don't ever get out of your comfort zone when you do that. It's a safe space. It's a space that requires no action. You ever seen a hamster wheel where the hamster is in there sprinting, doing a full sprint, trying to go somewhere and it's going nowhere at all, but that wheel is spinning 100 miles an hour? That's what we do when we overthink and don't do things. When we just sit there and try to think our way out of every single thing on this planet. Sometimes you got to get out of that hamster wheel and actually do something and do some action to go towards that, to go towards whatever you want to go towards. It's an endless loop that you can get stuck in and you're not doing anything. You ever heard of that term, analysis by paralysis, where there's a lot of things that you could be doing, so you freeze up and you don't do anything at all, so you just kind of think about it and just analyze everything, and then you end up getting paralyzed by it? That's why taking action is so important. And what action can do that thinking can't is that it gives you feedback. It gives you a feedback loop. You start to see what you are doing wrong, what you're doing right. Then you can move accordingly to that. It also lets you build momentum. So once you get that spark of momentum, you can keep going and keep taking action instead of just thinking all day. The real changes you want happen in doing and not deciding. It doesn't have to be these grand steps that you got to take. You can do a few small things. You can just send out that email or get the supplies for whatever you need to do. Or I bring it up a lot, just going to the gym. Doing those small things will allow you to start building that momentum. Instead of you just sitting around thinking about it, you're actually putting in the action to inch towards those things that you want to do. And I talk about this a lot too on here, doing what you want to do. The whole reason I'm talking about all this stuff is to help you do what you want to do, because hearing things like this help me do what I want to do. They help me actually take action to improve in the areas I want to improve in and to do the things that I want to do, because that's important to me. And it should be important to you too. And what you learn from moving is that you don't need a full plan to start. It's like driving in the fog with your fog lights and your headlights on. You can only see a few feet in front of you, but you're still driving the whole time. You don't just pull over on the side of the road whenever you see fog or it's heavy rain and wait for it to all clear up. That's kind of like how this is. You're not going to have the full plan in front of you. So you got to just keep going and then you figure it out along the way. I'm not saying don't have any plan at all, but you're not going to have every single meticulous step planned out in every single thing that you want to do. That's just unrealistic. And plans always change. No matter how hard you plan, no matter how many things you write down, the list you have and all that stuff, whatever stuff that you think you're going to be planning, something is going to change along the way. It's not always going to happen perfectly like how you think it's going to happen. Even in your normal day-to-day, you just going to work, or you planning to go to work, you plan to go into the gym, you plan to go out to the movies, whatever you want to do after work. Even then, the plans change every day, or they change every once in a while. You get hit with something that you didn't expect, and all of a sudden, all your plans are changing. It could be something like a flat tire or anything going on. You get a phone call you don't want to get. That will derail all your plans, and you still got to keep going. The best shifts happen when you stop thinking and you just start doing stuff. Even just the act of you doing things is going to lift a weight off your shoulders, because when you're sitting there thinking about all this stuff you got to do or trying to do all this planning and all that stuff, you don't realize it, but that stuff puts weights on your shoulders. Every single time you think way too much, you're just putting weights on your shoulders. You're putting 5-pound plates on your shoulders every time you think about something that you shouldn't really be thinking about and you should be acting on. Even doing a simple step will make you feel a little bit lighter inside. You'll be like, oh dang, okay, I'm actually doing something to go towards this. You're not going to have this heavy burden on your shoulders the whole time. So try not to stay stuck in your head all the time. I know it's hard to do. I still struggle with it. We're all going to struggle with it sometimes. but you cannot stay in your head all the time. You got to break that loop and get off that hamster wheel and take steps to do what you want to do. Whatever goal you have in mind, whatever it is, you can't think about it and plan it all day, every day. You have to actually start taking the steps to do it. Start small and break the loop with movement, just one step at a time. And don't wait to feel ready. You're never going to feel ready. It doesn't matter what you do to try to prepare or try to plan. You're not going to feel ready 100%. It's best to just dive into things. Picture it like a giant swimming pool. When you know the pool is cold, you don't want to go in step by step and step, and you're freezing all the way up to your waist and all that. You don't want to do all that. Just jump in, because then you just embrace the pool fully. You got to do everything like that. You can't just go tiny little steps here and there and here and there. Just jump in the pool. Just jump in. You're not going to feel ready. And funny enough, when you stop waiting to feel ready and just start doing the things, you're going to, in a way, feel more ready when you start doing the things that you didn't feel ready about, if that makes sense. You'll get more confidence about what you're doing because you're actually taking the steps to do those things. It's a weird paradox. So just be willing to make the moves. You don't need more thoughts. You need more steps. That's it. You don't need more thoughts. You just need more steps. So that's what I was thinking about today, because I've been struggling with that lately. So maybe some of you are too, but just keep that in mind. Just don't think about stuff all day. Just try to actually do something. When you get a little idea or you get a spark on something, don't stew on it for forever, for days or weeks or whatever. Just jump into it. Start doing what you got to do. Take that action. If you got this far, my name is TJ. Let me know down below, what is something that you've been thinking about way too much that you're going to finally start taking the steps towards doing what you want to do in that area. All right, I'm out. I'll see you.